Every single successful creator I've looked at that has over 10 million subscribers has done these 3 things.
If you clicked on this video, it's likely because you have a question. How do you go from merely creating content on YouTube to absolutely crushing YouTube? I'd like to think we've all seen this as YouTubers. You follow a small channel and they're putting in hours and hours of work year after year. And then one day you wake up to see that they're incredibly successful. They're moving into their first YouTube studio. They're hiring an entire team of people to help them make videos. And now they're even making content so they can help other people be successful just like them. Generally speaking, it feels like very suddenly they're just absolutely crushing it. From the outside looking in, this might be what it looked like to the fans of Unspeakable. And while not all of us could be like Nathan Graham, who has multiple channels and dozens of employees and billions of views and 40 million subscribers, all of us can, right now in fact, hear what he's learned over his 12 plus years of experience on YouTube, the high highs and the low lows. That's what we did when Rob and I got to sit down with Nathan, the face of Unspeakable. And spoiler alert, this conversation blew our minds. What Nathan has built and the strategies he uses don't even just apply to YouTube. It can be used by anybody who is trying to create like an empire for themselves. He said we could share this despite us feeling as though he probably should have charged us to see it, but grab your dry erase board because you're going to want to write this down.
A couple years ago, I was looking back at my entire YouTube journey, and someone asked me the question. They said, if I only had to focus on 3 things to get successful on YouTube, what would I do for the next 10 years? And I literally told the person, I said, give me a month and I'm gonna get back to you on this. This is kind of what I figured out. So all of these things connect like a puzzle piece, and I call it the 3 pillars. But you have audience, consistency, and different. So audience is very self-explanatory. You have to be very focused on what your audience wants, the type of content that you make. What are their emotions? What makes them laugh? What makes them cry? What do they get excited about? The second thing is being different. So you have to do something different in order to stand out amongst the crowd, period. Whether it's your video ideas, your filming, your scripting of your videos, your entire YouTube channel, your brand, whatever it is, you have to do something different. And if you look at every single successful creator, they did something different to get to where they are. A perfect example is Netflix, right? Before Netflix, there was Blockbuster. Blockbuster was selling movies in person, and Netflix could have came in and said, hey, we're also gonna open a store that sells movies, but they didn't. They sold movies online. They did it differently, right? And then the next thing you have is consistency. So a lot of creators think, okay, to be consistent on YouTube, I have to post videos every single week. But that's only half of the equation. The other half of the equation is you have to make your last video your competition to beat. Forget focusing on other creators. Make your last video your competition. That's what I did for years. Right? And it completely changed the trajectory of my channel. So I would look at my last video and I would pick 3 things to improve, and then I would do it on the next video. And then you do it again and again and again and again. But the crazy thing about this is that if you take one of these things away from the circle, I can guarantee you you're not focusing on it. So let's say, hey, I'm super focused on my audience, right? I know everything about them. I've also been very consistent. My videos are great. I've posted hundreds of videos. Well, how different are you? You're probably not different enough. So if you block out one of these things, they all connect, right? You have to have all of them. Every single successful creator I've looked at that has over 10 million subscribers has done these 3 things.
I mean, that's it right there. It puts into context so many of the things we always talk about on this channel in one simple graphic. If you can think in terms of those 3 pillars, that is an absolute formula to success on this platform. What does your audience want? What makes you different? And can you stay consistent? Is it that simple? Are you automatically going to be rich when you do those 3 things? No. And Nathan made it very clear. He was very candid in our discussion that he had plenty of ups and downs throughout his entire journey, despite following these pillars. Nathan is giving his thoughts on not only why YouTube is so difficult, but why he feels like it kind of should be difficult.
I think it's a cultural problem. It's a society issue. Like, a lot of people just want things so fast. They want things so instantaneous right now. Look, it takes 6 years to get a master's degree, and there's a reason it takes 6 years. Same with YouTube. If you look at Mr. Beast, if you look at Dude Perfect, myself, it all took us 5 years, 5 to 6 years to get to 1 million subscribers. And 1 million subscribers nowadays, yeah, it's a big deal, but it's not like anything crazy. You have all these like gurus all over the internet that's like, I'm gonna build you a faceless automated YouTube channel in 30 days. It's gonna print $10,000 a month and you're gonna be living at the Bahamas and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, it's so far from the truth. And like, even if you could do that in 30 days, how long can you sustain it for 2, 3, 4, 6 years? I've been sustaining 100 million monthly views for the past 5 years straight. That's extremely difficult to do. There's not very many creators that have been able to do that for 5 years straight, every single month. So YouTube is very hard. No matter what people tell you, it's very, very difficult. You have to learn so many different skill sets at once. It's like you're making a thumbnail, then you're editing a video, then you're filming a video, then you're trying to figure out a good intro, then you're, trying to figure out your personality, and then you're trying to figure out how are people gonna come back to my next video, and like, you're basically running a full-blown TV show by yourself, so it's hard, but that shouldn't discourage people. Once I got to 100,000 or 1 million subscribers, I thought things were gonna get easier because then I would have 1 million people watching my videos, right? But that's not the case, because now you have something to lose. Your problems change as you grow. That's what I learned. Let's say you have 1,000 subscribers and you're struggling. You're struggling with video ideas, motivation, whatever it is. It doesn't get easier, period. If I gave you 1 million subscribers right now, it wouldn't make things easier. And also, a lot of people fail to realize the journey to getting successful is where you learn all the important things that are gonna build the foundation for the next 5, 10, 15 years of your life. And you have to go through those things.
Now, if you're thinking, okay, this person has a passion on a level I've never seen before, and I don't think I can compare, I just want you to take a second. A lot of people think that they need that level of extreme passion from day one if they want to grow on YouTube. But I think what Unspeakable's success proves here is that it's actually kind of the other way around. Making the content is what can help create and build the passion over time, not vice versa.
When I first started YouTube, I didn't have like a deep passion for YouTube. My like obsessive passion for creating content, I would say it hit me probably around like the 3-year mark. Something just lit inside of me that was just like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be my life. But it took 3 years to get to that point. A lot of people think like, if I wanna become a famous musician or whatever, they think they have to have a deep burning passion before they even start, but that's just not reality. You build passion over time as you do it. As I grew my channels, I started to realize that my passion kind of grew not just for creating content, but just for winning in life and just building things. Like, because I got a passion for building a team. We have a really awesome culture here.
And having that level of passion doesn't mean you're never going to struggle on YouTube. There will absolutely be times where you are ready to throw in the towel. It's just important to remember that passion grows. It just doesn't grow all at once. Here's Nathan talking about how you might be wrong about those things that you think you know about yourself.
I mean, the only limitations we have as humans is the limitations we put on ourselves. Your brain, your mind, and your ability to do great things in life is so much more powerful than whatever you think right now. Like, if you told me that, hey, in the future, you're gonna have, a company worth tens of millions of dollars, a YouTube channel of 40 million combined subscribers across all the channels. We did a live show for 12,000 people that came out. Like, if you would have told me these things, I would have been like, that's crazy. I went from this shy kid failing school to a multi-million-dollar company and entertaining hundreds of millions of people around the world. You can work around all of these things with practice. You can work around these things by getting around other people, because the people that you surround yourself with are the people that you're gonna become at the end of the year, end of the decade, whatever you wanna call it.
Nathan turned a Minecraft YouTube channel of all things into a highly successful multi-million-dollar entertainment company. And he'll be the first to tell you that it wasn't easy, especially because at the time, he didn't have anybody there to help him figure it all out. Of course, today there's tons of resources, videos like this, heck, even our own YouTube one-on-one coaching program, which is linked down below if you're interested. But at the end of the day, Nathan is absolutely crushing it on YouTube, and you could tell he's really proud of what he's built, and he's really excited to take the next step to help out smaller creators like he was at one point, and like we all were when we started creating on YouTube. So my message to you is to get out there and keep creating, because thinking it's impossible is just another false assumption. But I understand if you've been at it for a while and you're thinking, I'm not getting any views at all. That's what this video is for. It can help you do that.